اللهم اكبر غلاك ينبض بحبك فؤادي من يشبهك يا ملاك من يشبهك يا ودادي الله الله.
Interesting and kind of beautiful to know that every little division, every little culture, and every little place all over the world has their own sound and their own way of dealing with things.
Doesn't it feel like every time you turn on the news nowadays, some new country is fucking with an Arab country? Every time you turn on the news, I kind of blame the media for what's going on wrong in the world right now, because they kind of just perpetuate stereotypes about people. They don't tell you that's what they're doing. They don't go, hey, this is what you need to think. But they know how people's brains work.
So they feel like we are so harsh and like, but we are not.
That they're dumb. They didn't go to school or didn't get an education.
We ride camels.
We live in pyramids.
We beat women.
They mix up a lot of things about terrorists, about all this problem.
They think Arabs are very closed-minded and hardened in their views of society and life.
I will ask students, I'll do an exercise with them. So if I say 3 words like Arab, woman, Muslim, like what are the first things that come to your mind? And they'll say things like oppressed, backward, veil, everything about.
So how can we change these misconceptions about Arabic culture? One source says that my hope for the future is that people who learn about the real Arabic culture from the original resources will participate in reforming or reshaping how the media depicts or pictures the Arab world.
Like all this violence. They never show you like normal Arab people just doing regular Arab things, like the same shit we do, go to work, have some coffee, go see your family.
My thesis for this research video is that one can see that Arabic studies will increase social cohesiveness between Arab and Canadian culture in 3 ways. By 1, breaking stereotypes. By 2, enhancing understanding of Arab morals. And by 3, creating jobs and research opportunities that connect gaps between the 2 societies. And in support of my first argument, we can see this one article kind of highlights the fact that all these westernized countries are just trying to remake Arabic culture in their image. However, they should be asking a different type of question, which is, how can we try to understand these countries' point of view?
So to improve this and to reduce the gap, I believe we should get to know each other's culture a bit more to properly understand them.
And in this article, we can see that there was a 338% increase in the study of Arabic as a primary major between 2002 and 2003 and 2007 and 2008. This increase of interest was seen after the event of September 11th, 2001. And the reason for this was because people just wanted to be educated about Arab people and their culture in order to understand and improve relations with the Arab world.
So from my perspective, having taken a course and being a student in one of the Arabic classes, I know how important it is to learn about the different topics that we were taught in class.
Mediator, as Canada is on an international stage, we need to be able to have that awareness of cultures, to have awareness of where not just cultural values, like how they operate, but where they stem from, in order for us to really be able to communicate, to identify, and to empathize with the situations of other countries, so that we.
And in this other article, it talks about new opportunities that have opened up for people with a background in Arabic as a result of the tense relationships that are happening in the Middle East. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of job opportunities available to those coerced in Arabic, such as United Nations positions, NGO positions such as the CAI, Canadian Arab Institute, the Canadian Arab Business Council, ACANS, and more. There are teaching positions available, research positions available, there are ambassador positions available, international positions, a representative, a member of parliament, and so on. The opportunities are limitless.
Stage specifically with all the different types of conflicts that are going on with Saudi Arabia, and specifically within the Middle Eastern region, that it is really essential for young men and women of Arabic descent to step up to the plate and be a voice, be vocal in the ways that Canadian government has kind of handled affairs with the Middle East.
Because it would be, it's honestly, and it's crucial to my my program too, just because I'm taking international studies and modern languages. So, and it is the third language that I'm taking. So hopefully, you know, I can just pursue and you know, finish those classes.
Students enrolled in taking these classes are going to learn a variety of different topics, such as culture, literature, cinema, language, religion, special topics, pop culture, and even conflicts in the Middle East. These topics are vital to our identity, to preserving history, and to breaking these stereotypes.
I have taken these courses in order to pretty much reconnect with that Arabic culture and understand where my parents came from and what they've gone through when they came here.
So I believe that being educated on culture, specifically those of my descent, is very helpful in kind of gaining a knowledge of my history and preserving those roots.
Just knowing, I mean, being Canadian and Arab at the same time, by default, I do learn about Canadian education through my whole life, and just not having Arabic classes or just education in general makes it really hard for me to just learn about the culture. So I think it's really important to have classes or just education itself.
Honestly, these days I just noticed that like we see less racism in the younger generations compared to the oldest ones, and that's because we educate people on different cultures. So it just has it helps a lot in decreasing racism and a lot of stuff, which is just proves that educating people on culture just has a huge impact on racism.
What benefit have these courses had on you?
So I learned so much from both classes, so the beginner and now I'm taking the intermediate class. Just writing and reading, because honestly I am Moroccan, but I'm born here, so I never learned, you know, how to read or write. So
we're kind. If we want to hug you, it doesn't mean that we're gonna kill you. You can hug us back.
If you go to anybody's home who's from that background, you will find a lot of food. You're greeted with food.
Yes.
And tea.
Yes, Moroccan tea.
Family.
Yeah.
Family is important in the Middle East.
It's really important. The connection.
Yeah.
Diversity. I mean, look, different shades, different shapes.
Therefore, learning all this, we can conclude that we see a few common themes on the impact of Arabic studies in Canada. We can see that learning these topics allow for discovery on Arabic history, which thus connects roots between Arab and Canadian cultures. In addition, these courses have shown increased interest since September 11th events, thus as a means and a way to reduce discrimination on Arabs. Those coerced in Arabic relations could become representatives that aid in restoring Middle Eastern and Canadian relationships and thus improve the tense conditions currently in the Middle East. In addition, there is a huge market of job opportunities for Arabic speakers, Arabic researchers, Arabic authors, and Arabic representatives in certain companies. When people understand these two cultures better, it increases social cohesiveness between the two cultures.